Business Spotlight, and the spotlight is on the Dover Group, and the company owner is Butch Yamali. He's the president and CEO of the Dover Group. Welcome.
Welcome. How are you? How's everything?
I'm fine. Listen, so just so our viewers know, what is the Dover Group?
Dover Group consists of different businesses that I own. The Coral House Catering Hall in Baldwin, the Malibu Beach Club in Long Beach, the Sands Catering Hall in Lido Beach, and various concessions throughout Nassau and Suffolk County, and ice cream, Carnival Ice Cream. It's my main company.
Ooh, how did you get your start? Because it really had very small beginnings, and like a lot of entrepreneurs, they have these dreams about how they want to build a business. How did you get started?
I was aggressive. I wanted to start my own business, and it was hard, and I was working for somebody, and I rented an ice cream truck, and I found it to be lucrative, and I continued on. I was working for him, and I was working there on weekends selling ice cream in parks and pools and wherever I could find kids, and I grew that business to about 50 trucks. Good Humor helped me along, and they gave me a franchise, and my company became the biggest one in Nassau County. And from there, I spun it off to vending machines and concessions, and later on catering halls.
Wow, I mean, the idea, though, of building a business like that, it wasn't, you make it sound very simple, but it wasn't.
No, it wasn't simple.
What were some of the hurdles you had to overcome?
The hurdles were getting permits and getting locations for the trucks to go and finding people that would work for me and making payroll and starting a small company. It's all hard. Setting up all the different challenges that you have to do and finding a location, building places. It's hard.
Yeah. You know, another election has come through, and a lot of people put their hopes in Mitt Romney because he's a businessman. He knows
Absolutely.
the economy. What's been the reaction, though, of the sort of small business owners to the re-election of President Obama?
Be careful. That's be careful, because now you know where you're going now. You know the taxes are going to go up for you. You know that you're like a sub-S corporation like mine. I'm going to pay, instead of paying personal tax rates, I'm going to be paying corporate tax rates, which are higher. I have Obamacare. I have new regulations that we're going to have to face in the future. So it's not going to be easy. There's not going to be that many risks that I'm going to take. Anything that I have that's marginal, I'm not going to go after. I'm going to just cut back.
Now, you have, what, 550 employees, roughly?
550 employees. We also do concessions and like beaches and pools, and some of them are very marginal. I'm not going to go after them anymore because I can't take any chances. I have to be very careful.
Are you going to let people go, or you're just not going to hire anymore?
I probably won't hire anybody. I hate to let people go. I'm not that kind of person. I want to keep everybody working. I want to grow. That's my whole thing, is grow. I'm 50 years old. I want to work for another 15, 20 years and have something, for my family. That's the big thing.
Now, you were talking about catering halls. How did you venture off from the trucks to the catering halls, and then after that, what's the future hold for you after that?
Catering halls are some of them are large, and they were going downhill. And I found one called the Sands in Lido Beach. The gentleman that owned it called me and said, "Look, you have this place called Malibu. It's a beach club right next door. You're doing a good job. I'm looking to get out. Can you take this place over?" And I took it over, and I saw people had the need for something that's of value, things that weren't too expensive. And I made that place a value, like a value haven. Every kind of party had good pricing. We gave great food, and it was a great place. It took off right away. And from there, I bought another place called the Coral House, which is in Baldwin. It's a very large catering hall. And I cleaned it up, and people's response was great. But now with the superstorm, I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, I was going to ask you about that. How did you make out in the storm, and how many businesses were affected by that? Hurricane Sandy? Well,
my biggest one is Malibu. It's right on Lido Beach, right on the ocean. Unfortunately for us, there's 900 cabanas. Nothing was damaged.
How is that possible?
I have no idea. It's amazing. Act of God on a good side.
Yeah. And
a couple of minor doors and some roofing, but nothing crazy. My place next door, the Sands, water ran through the building, and it's pretty damaged. And in an effort to keep everybody happy, we had weddings booked, bar mitzvahs, sweet 16s, events. I moved it to my other catering hall. We try to work with all the clients and find dates for them and times, and we effectively get everybody placed, which is everybody seems to be happy for now. But at the other place, the Coral House, it's up and running, no damage. It was great. But, people are afraid to have parties. They don't know if people can get to the party. There's no gas. And now there's snow. People are left the area to stay in a warm home and out of state. So their guests aren't around. So we're getting a lot of postponements.
What do you have for advice for people who want to start business? Because what I'm hearing you talk about is that you have big dreams, but you started small, and that was okay. What's the #1 piece of advice you could give to people who want to start businesses like this?
Be conservative, as conservative as you can be. You have to be. I wouldn't take a big risk now at all. Knowing where we're going with Obama's rules and regulations, you have to be very, very careful. And to grow right now, you have to be crazy, because it's just going to affect you. I mean, Obamacare, anybody has more than 49 employees to supply everyone with health care, it could be crippling, especially now with the price of meat going up, price of gas is high, all food in general is high. You know, packaged products are all expensive.
So I can safely say that your view of Obama and the Obama administration is that it's not good for business, or do you see there could be some surprises down the road?
Yeah, there could be some surprises. Hopefully he'll curtail some of the things that he was pushing so hard, because otherwise he's going to put the small businesses like mine out of business. We were on a small profit margin now, and in order for us to make money, we had to grow and do volume. Now by growing and doing volume, if he takes a little bit of that away, it's going to be crippling.
So what's ahead for you? What would you like to sort of expand into? I mean, I know that you're not into the franchise and sort of like, you know, the franchises that we know. I mean, like the McDonald's and things, but can you see yourself doing that sort of franchise route?
I was never a big fan of that, because there's so many partners and so many different angles of payment, you know, franchise fees and royalties. And if I'm working on to work hard for myself, I don't want to work hard for somebody else because the name is McDonald's. But I see myself, there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of businesses that are struggling that just need a boost of money. And if I was willing, if I knew that I was, you know, there's light at the end of the tunnel, I would be willing to invest in a new business or invest in another catering hall, another restaurant. I'd be happy to do it. But now I have to, you know, be careful, hold on to my money to see what happens.
But see, I hear you say something that is very, very important about the idea of being careful. How does that work itself out? When you say being careful, what is the first thing they need to be careful about?
Well, first of all, you know, to open up another dress store next to or a food place next to another food place, you see it happen all the time. You wonder what are you thinking? You know, why would you want to share? The bagel store opens up next to another bagel store. What are you doing? You know, you're hurting yourself, or you're going to hurt him. If you could find a business that's like standalone, it's doing some business, but needs a little help because it's either like my Coral House. It was doing business. It was marginal. It used to be a very profitable place, and it dropped down very low. By me cleaning it up and boosting it up, and new uniforms and new carpeting and new paint and new whatever, we just upped it.
So sometimes it's just a capital to make it look like, you know, it's an inviting place.
Energy and capital. And that's it, because my energy and my staff's energy, they're great. You know, my wife, everybody's pushing, and they want to make the place great. And it did. People were responding. They're calling. They say, I want to do my party here. I want to have a wedding here. And it was great. But that's what people need to do going into business. If they could find a way to find something that's, you know, marginal and that's rolling, you know, go for it.
Wow. So how can people learn more about your story? Your website is dovergroupny.com.
Correct.
What kind of information will they? There it is, right there, the Dover Group. Can they book it for weddings and bar mitzvahs?
They can call any one of the different, you know, divisions of my company, whether it be a vending machine or an ice cream truck for an event. They want to rent tents, blow-ups, whatever it may be. They want to have a wedding at the Sands or the Coral House, or they want to have a beach party at the Malibu. They can get it off my website. My staff is ready, willing, and able to take it. Now,
and this is only the negative part of this. At what point does a person should know to get out of it? I mean, because you never did. You always found an avenue to go to make something work. But there are certain business people that don't read the tea leaves. That they don't know when to get out.
Yeah, everything I did
out?
Wasn't successful. I mean, I had some things, some horrors that we got ourselves involved with. When you see you can't make a profit, you have to get out. If you have to keep reinvesting your own money into something that just keeps going down, call it a day. You know, it's over. You can't be a hero. So you got to take money from your home or money from your family to try and make this dream alive. That's no good. That's never going to work out.
Well, I want to thank you so much, Bush Yamali of the Dover Group. Wonderful. Check out the website, dovergroupny.com. Wonderful advice
Appreciate it.
today.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
Well, that is it for this hour of FoxNews.com.